Hello. I got some fidgets from, well, it's a package from Kyle and some fidgets from Fidget Boy. I think it's a new spinner and a new, the new slider. Sorry if the camera gets bumped. I've got a puppy, yep, there we go, rolling around on the couch that this one tripod leg is leaning on. Why do I have it on the couch? It's just easier that way. Sometimes it's gonna get bumped though. We just got back from a walk. I only brought the crystallized titanium wrapped and this tungsten dune. Pretty much all I've been using as of late. They're just so good and such a pleasure to use. So yep, got all those. Let's put the fanny pack, the fidget fanny pack to the side. Yeah, we just got back from a walk and we went to the creek, all the way down to the creek. Let's use my Kaiser splinter to start opening this. I'm a little disappointed it's not a purple envelope, but it looks like we're reusing Fidget Boy packaging. And there's so much tape on this, I'm gonna cut it everywhere I can before I take it off camera. Let's see if I can get lucky here. Did I actually cut it right? No way. I mean, it's opening, looks like it's opening to me. All right, paper towel in there, get that out of the way. Let's do some more slicing. Ah, cool. New packaging. Not gonna cut any metal cutting through those. All right, got that. I don't know which is which. I'm just gonna go for it. There's all kinds of stuff in here. A little flappy thing. Okay, so that's the aluminum new, I forget what it's called. I'm really sorry. Jason, I'm sorry. And let's see, the buttons are made by Nick on this spinner. And the body, I don't remember who you're using, Jason. So it's a quad spinner. I don't have a lot of experience with quad spinners. Ooh, it's got good gyro forces though, for sure. I think the only quad spinner I've tried, maybe like a cap clover, and it's kind of like a blob, you know? This has got 4 lobes on it. Huh. I mean, that's pretty good, man. Good gyro forces. Seems it's almost perfectly balanced. I do see a little bit of like a shimmy. You know, like of course it balances on one finger. It is that balanced. But as far as being dead smooth, you know, like spinning top smooth, like a couple of my other spinners over here, this one's got a little shimmy to it. And that's okay. Sometimes that can even just be the bearing. Well, my bearing tool, I messed it up the other day. Oh, that's a lot of Loctite in the backside. What is going on back there? That could be why this thing is out of balance, just by having this much glue and Loctite here on the backside. It's fine, whatever, I'm not gonna nitpick it for that. Swapping a bearing can easily fix balance issues. It has happened on many of my spinners in my collection. Most recently, tungsten squid here was unbalanced for most of the time that I've owned it, and then I swapped the bearing after tumbling, and now it's absolutely perfect. Yeah, see a little lift test there. Looks like it's a little heavy on this one. Okay, anyways, get that out of the way. Ergonomics, very comfortable. It's very easy to spin. It's like holding, well, it's like holding a bar spinner, but you got 2 extra lobes that you don't come into contact with. Just, you know, bar spinner that you don't come into contact with other lobes. So you get the, I've never really thought about this. I'm getting the leverage that I can get with a bar spinner, which is, you know, in line with the bearing, versus like a try, you have a line that's in line with the edge of the button and, you know, further away from the bearing. So they have varying like launch and flick styles. So this launches like a bar, but has gyro forces like a try. Because, you know, a bar can't spin for crap right now. it judders, you know, it shakes and it loses its speed. That's just the nature of a bar. Like, see how fast that's slowing down? Once you go to tries and beyond, the judder is no longer a thing, and you just have buttery gyro forces. And this copper spinner, let's get my scale out here. How much does this thing weigh? Can you tell I'm a spinner guy? So we're 117. What's it weigh? So yeah, 90. 90 for a body weight, it's pretty solid. I like it. I'd like to maybe see some lightning holes or something around there, just to increase the moment of inertia a little bit. That could be pretty cool. Could also be used as balancing holes. Plenty comfortable. I mean, it feels good, man. This is cool. The buttons, even though they're flat, this is something I was worried about, would be a lack of grip. But really, this X pattern, with how deep it is and how it's chamfered on the sides and like how wide the pattern is, right in the center, I've got pretty good grip and, you know, contact right there. Pretty cool. Let's see, some other grips. I've got, let's see, these are still here to get finished. I'm not going to unscrew those. Let's go fancy. Ollie, if you're watching, I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just copper, right? Copper isn't going to hurt the Zircuti even if it rubs or scrapes. So some thick boy buttons. With some dishes. Gives good feedback and good noise. Kyle, I know you're watching. Copper is a good material for giving cool noise and cool feedback. So even though it's heavy, you know, it's not as heavy as tungsten, but it's still heavy and it's a lot cheaper than tungsten. And it gives a cool noise. I think copper is definitely one you should, as a material you should keep in mind since you like noise and feedback. You know, and it's still heavy, you know, like titanium, it gives noise and feedback, yeah, but it doesn't weigh anything, so you don't get like these gyro forces that you're gonna get from, you know, copper and heavier spinners. I would like to change the bearing in this, but my bearing tool is broken right now, and so I'm having to use the arbor press to do bearing swaps, and I'm not going to do that on camera because it's over there and it weighs like 40 pounds. I can't do it over here. These buttons are definitely too thick for it. We're just going to take those off, and we're going to try these guys. These are some early zirconium buttons that I made. Do they allow it to, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to fit, I wanted it to fit tight and give a deep dish. Okay, this spinner is pretty cool with a narrow buttons and a narrow pinch width. You know, it's not a very big spinner, so it fits inside your grip rather well. Even if I get really close right there, you know, I don't even get that close. So a thin button's nice. Copper and Zirc is always a lovely combination in my opinion. It's like a coveted combination in spinning tops. It's really hard to make and get the flame zirconium. So yeah, I like pairing them on spinners too. It's a great design, really. Like I've never thought about, it's two bars together, yeah, like in a cross. And how, I mean, it's flickable like a bar, but gyro forces of a try. You're kind of getting like two really good attributes of the two different types of spinners in one. I feel like the flick between a bar and a try are things that, it's just something that's like not really talked about or thought about very much with spinners. You know, of your fingers being here versus being shifted forward on the front edge. You know, it's like minute, but it changes at least how I interact with the spinner. It just feels like a bar. It's pretty cool. The machine pattern is pretty neat. You can tell like the tool has slightly different motions in different areas. It's pretty neat. I like that edge pattern. I'm not sure what kind of... I guess it's like been contoured back and forth this way? Hard to tell. I think so. Anyways. Plenty comfortable. I mean, it's basic. That's okay. Like, it's not supposed to be anything, like, fancy, right? This is the design. I'm just, like, imagining a more advanced model of it in my head. But I like this, too. It's nice and simple. It'd be cool with some, like, laser engraving on these flats. Definitely like the theme that's going on here. There is a little bit of a dish on these buttons. I didn't realize, even until now. No wonder they're a little bit grippy. You can see it in the X pattern too. It gets more shallow towards the middle. That definitely, no wonder they have more grip than I thought, than being flat. Let's swap those back on. And after that, let's get to this slider over here. Get these guys threaded back together. Okay, so this is an aluminum body slider. The last one I tried was copper, I'm pretty sure. Okay, what is going on here? These literally feel like there's feels like the plate is dirty or something. I'm gonna put some tape on it real quick. I'm just gonna compare them. I don't want to scratch up plates with something I can't see. I'll show how I clean plates. Just go like this, go like this. Clearly there's tape on each one. Put it together and move it. So any debris that is in like the low spots is getting jostled around by the different magnetic fields. And usually it will get stuck to the tape instead. I mean, basically anytime I do it. Okay, do I see anything? Yes, there is a little metal flake right there. So maybe just the one? Is that all I'm feeling? Be cool. I was feeling that, okay. Man, what an interesting noise and feedback this thing is giving. I haven't messed with many aluminum bodied anythings, I guess. So yeah, aluminum body, stainless plates, and we're getting a very like scratchy feel. But at the same time, it's pretty glidey. I wonder how these plates would break in with my use. The new wrapped plates, not to bring a wrap in here, but just as, you know, it's what I'm most familiar with. These new plates that have come off Jonas's new fixture, the machining on them is more crisp, but when they were new, before I broke them in, that crispness made them kind of scratchy and grabby. So it was a longer break-in period than with my, I guess my first V2, which was made on the old fixtures. These lines and stuff are just not quite as crisp or defined as the other ones. So that's kind of what feels in a slightly different way is going on here. There is the, you know, the texturing from the machining and like the tool path and everything. Oh, also the little dimples from the copper one are gone, if you remember that, which definitely did seem like an accident. How do these plates look through the light now? I can see the light coming through, but it's only through this center portion where these lines are kind of straight, or there's not a circle pattern. So that makes sense. But they are flat plates, you know, so to say. This one is definitely faster than the copper, but it's still kind of weighty because these stainless plates are, you know, they're solid. They're pretty chunky. Let's get a weight on this guy too, right? I'm bad about weighing things a lot of the times. That's a good sweet time. 94. Yeah, so 95. Okay, so yeah, even though it's an aluminum body, it's still up there as far as The like, I don't want to say it's like the heaviest slider, but I mean it's definitely heavier than average, I would say. Whoops. The aluminum definitely makes like a good noise. I know, okay, some people I'm sure would not like it. It's like it like reverbs the scratchiness that's coming through the stainless plates. I'm not sure if that's like coming through. When I say they're scratchy, that doesn't mean that like they aren't sliding well. It slides on itself really good, but you can feel the there we go. You can feel the zipperiness. There we go. That's what I want to call it. Not scratchiness. It feels kind of zippery with how the pattern interacts with itself at certain angles like that. So a very different sliding experience than like a Magnus or like a wrapped 3D printed sliders, anything like that. I mean, you've definitely got like a very easily sliding surface that you can definitely feel a fine texture on. Like the Compiform stuff, it's textured, yeah, and you feel that scratchiness, but it like half the frequency or half the revolutions, half the resolution of like how fine this pattern is. You've got much wider grooves and peaks and valleys on a Compiform piece compared to this. So I'm curious how this thing will break in time. I'm pretty sure this is now Kyle's. So I guess he'll have to keep us updated on that. These things come with accessories I'm missing. That doesn't look like any magnets or anything. Is there anything in here? Oh, there are magnets. Okay. We've got black and silver magnets. On that note, I'm gonna take a peek inside. I'm not gonna change anything. Anyone watching, Kyle, come in here nice and easy. I just wanna look, you know. Oh man, my hands are tired. It's at the end of the day here. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I was preparing some sourdough earlier and, you know, mixing my hand and stuff. Okay, so there's N50, okay, hybrid setup right now, and we got O-rings to try to cut down on some of the crunchiness. This is BooBooBoy number 7. There we go. That's what this thing is called, BooBooBoy. I don't know why I can't remember that. Oh, and I gotta remember this is being threaded into aluminum. So yeah, definitely don't want to do it too tight. Whenever I was taking those screws out, I was thinking that they felt rather loose, but it doesn't have to be tight in aluminum. I mean, it's just a slider. It's not like it needs to be that tight anyways. What's happening here? Okay, hang on. I'm pulling this much closer to my face. Oh. It looks like I'm messing with these are 2mm screws, not Torx bit, right? I feel a little silly right now. Okay. Okay, yeah, 2mm screw, okay. It's funny, a T8 does fit inside 2mm Allen head, but it's a little weird, as you can see. Oops. Man, those corner magnets are so strong. Okay, let's come in here. I just want to check these, make sure yeah, that feels good. I could actually, if that's how tight those ones are, Okay, yeah, we're matched. Cool. Just a slight amount of crunch. I was just curious how it would sound in a totally silent setup, and that's why I was curious if we had additional O-rings or what other magnets or accessories it was coming with. Yeah. That's like my favorite move lately. Ooh. Man, my hands really are just beat. That's crazy. I'm not 20 years old anymore, huh? Sometimes I like forget that. Dexterity is about gone for the day. Final thoughts on quad spinners. I want to see what else is out there, I guess. This one's pretty nice. Some slightly more secure buttons and maybe a different bearing, and I mean, it'd be dialed, yeah. That's just taking it like the last, like the last 5% of the way. Full customization. Well, Kyle, thanks for sending these. Jason, awesome jobs on these creations. Everyone else, thanks for watching. See ya.